Good morning and hello, Rebel fans, and welcome to Richfield, Utah. We are in the Sevier Valley Center for the second round of the state playoffs. The boys program, Rich Rebels set off to take on the Bryce Valley Mustangs. It is going to be an electric time here Monday, this morning here on a Wednesday, March 2nd. We have the band here for the Rich Rebels playing their heart out, getting everything up and ready to go as we get set and started. As part of our Gary Tusher CPA in Montpelier pregame show, have your taxes prepared by a professional that understands personal business and agricultural taxes. We're going to go ahead, dip straight in to our scene set today. Our scene set today brought to you by J-Bar Excavation, the team, the equipment, and the experience to get the job done. J-Bar Excavation in Randolph. Stop in today. Let's take a look at both of these respective teams. We'll start with the Rich Rebels. A hop, skip, and a jump as they come out onto the floor, both these teams getting ready for their final warm-ups. We're about 12 minutes away from tip-off. The Rich Rebels jumping from 18th to 13th in the RPI, their final week of the regular season, has shown a lot of growth and a lot of very, very impressive progression going forward towards the end of the season. They took care of business at the very end and defeated the Telos Titans in the first round in their home play-in game. Again, the eye test right now for the Rich Rebels shows that the Rebels are playing their best basketball of the season going into the second round of the playoffs. The Rebels have not only been in question for in a lot of games, but now they have a chance to take on a very, very talented Bryce Valley team. This is the chance for the Rebels to survive and advance and to really make some waves. Right now, the rumblings are that Rich is lava hot, and the matchup is good against Bryce Valley. Bryce Valley coming into this game 13-8, fourth ranked in the RPI. Common opponents for each of these respective teams include a win for the Bryce Valley Mustangs over Tabiona, 57-42, and a win over ICS, 54-34. They ended their season winning the last 4 of 5. You want to keep an eye out for number 2, Miles Roberts, Brock Syret, number 23, and Trayson Clark, number 5, combined for about 30 points per game. And they definitely can shoot it from beyond the arc. That is our scene set today, brought to you by J-Bar Excavation. We'll come back to you with an interview with Coach Cornea. Looking forward to this. We're about 11 minutes away from tip-off as you're joining me, Cody Olsen, here at the Sevier Valley Center for state playoff time. It is time to go, and we'll go ahead, take a 30-second break, come back to you in just a moment on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports.
Whether you're looking for gravel, sand, topsoil, rock, or other materials for your excavation or landscaping project, trust the experienced, knowledgeable team at J-Bar Excavation, specializing in sale and delivery of the materials you need to finish your project. J-Bar Excavation in Randolph, Utah has the team, the tools, and the plan to help you create exactly what you're looking for. J-Bar does quality work that fits your schedule and your budget. Call J-Bar Excavation today, 435-793-5855. When you enter the city limits of the town of Woodruff, the sign welcomes you to the town of coldest temps and warmest hearts. Settled in 1870, we celebrate the values of kindness, compassion, and friendliness, knowing that a community's greatness may best be measured by the compassionate actions of its members. Mayor Scott Savey and council members Raymond Franson, Millie Bradshaw, Seiko Webb, and Monica Schultez, with clerk Lisa Bell, welcome you and say,
Go Rich Rebels!
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your equipment, or your business, when you need propane, count on the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff. The safe and professional team at T7 Propane offers quality product and the most responsive propane service in the area, so you can enjoy the affordability, reliability, and efficiency of propane. For heating, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for your personal or business propane needs. 435-793-4208.
Rich Rebel fans, I'm joined here on the Coach's Corner. We are getting ready for tip-off between Bryce Valley and the Rich Rebels. Coach Lex Cornea joining me here as we just want to look forward to what we're going to be seeing down at the state playoffs. Coach, we got to know where we're going, and it helps to know where we're coming from. How do you feel like the execution was from the boys against the Telos Titans?
I mean, obviously it looked really good, but, Telos was missing 2 kids that they really relied on. And so, I don't know how honest of a look it was. They had a couple of their best kids, but That we know that they had some holes, but at the same time, I think we exposed those holes, which we did that in a way that we probably could not have done, 6 weeks ago and definitely 3 months ago. So I think it kind of showed both that, we are a team trending up and a team that gave us troubles and has also given other teams troubles and matchup problems. We've come a long way since the last time we saw them. And I definitely think the momentum right now and belief is definitely something that's on the upswing.
Coach, that momentum and belief has translated to boys feeling very energized. They feel very confident they're going out there, and your first big test is against Bryce Valley. A common Rich Rebel fan might not know a whole lot. What do you know about Bryce Valley and what their strengths are?
Well, the first thing about Bryce Valley is that they are a legitimate 4 seed, and we're the underdog. They're not as, last year they were without a doubt the best team in the state. They just did not win a state championship, and that happens a lot. I think the best team is quite frequently not necessarily your state champion. They had a bad matchup against Valley, a team they'd already beaten 3 times, and they lost in the first round last year, and then just proceeded to be a wrecking crew through the consolation side of the bracket. And they bring a bunch of kids back. They were senior heavy last year, but not quite in the same way that we were. And they've had a great season. They beat Tabby by 8 or so. They played Panguitch really tough. The Roberts kid is one of the most athletic players you'll see in small school basketball, in 1A basketball. He's 6'5", and he can jump out of the gym, and he is a really good athlete. And there are other players. They play in their roles. They can shoot the ball. They're experienced. They're a solid team. So I guess the biggest thing we need to know is that with all this confidence and momentum we have coming into this game is that, without a doubt, we are the underdog and we're looking uphill. But I also think the word has gotten out on the Rich Rebels that we're a dangerous team and that we're playing our best basketball of the year at this point. And so I also know Bryce Valley won't overlook us.
Coach, you touched up on the boys feeling confident, you're feeling energized, and it is true, the Rich Rebels, in terms of the eye test, are playing their best basketball that they have all year. Coach, what needs to happen in order for Rich to come away with against Bryce Valley tomorrow?
Well, I think, a lot of things are actually off the floor. We go to state and it is a break. It's warmer down there. You're in a hotel. Our whole community goes down, and sometimes there is kind of a circus atmosphere around it that I don't know if we go down as business minded as what we need to. So I think it's something we've been preaching to the kids, and I think this year we're better prepared for that. I think guys know that they're not going down as an escape from school. They're going down with a job to do and a community to represent. And I really like kind of the business attitude that they've had this week in practice and going down to state. On the floor, we've become a better offensive team, but we're relying on our defense, and we can't allow a kid to get hot and go off on us. It's a tough gym to play in, but those southern teams are definitely more accustomed to it than we are. So if we can just stay in character and rely on our defense, I think we pose a lot of problems for Bryce Valley and anyone else we might see in that tournament. We just need to stay in character and not try to be a team that we're not. And the team that we are is a team that's gritty, that grinds each possession, that's hard to earn things against, and manages to get enough points to have a chance at beating you. If we try to be somebody we're not, then I think it'll be an early exit. But so kind of live who we are as a team and as a program, and go out and grind and do it unselfishly. I think we can pose problems for every team down there.
Coach, last question for me. You mentioned a little bit of a different atmosphere, not only in the mental side of things, but also from the physical aspect of the gym. It's a different layout. Are the Rich Rebels going to have a chance to throw up some shots and get a feel for that layout in the Sevier Valley Center before they play against the Mustangs?
Well, that's one of the beauties of playing in the morning. We're able to get in there at 9 o'clock and do, get more shots up than you would if you're playing at 8:30, where you just get your normal pregame routine in. So I like that. And, 10 o'clock, those first games, that's always been the upset hour. That's something we told the guys that, last year Bryce Valley played in this early game and lost to a Valley team they'd already beaten 3 times. It's hard to get yourself out of bed and get to the gym and be ready to play at 10 o'clock. You're used to sleeping through third period English, and instead you're on the gym ready to go. So I think just our mental toughness will be put to the test, but I also think that we've shown signs that we can be a very mentally tough team. So the way we get up that morning, the way we get to the gym, the attitude we bring with us, and honestly, it's about getting nerves out quickly, and also knowing that, hey, in the end, this is a game, and relax, have fun doing it, have fun playing with your teammates, playing hard, but this is not life or death. I think the team that's able to do those things best and quickest will definitely have the advantage in a matchup that, even though we might be the underdog, I think it's one of the best matchups we could have in the state tournament. So very optimistic about our first day and days after. And just excited to get down there and get this thing going.
All right, Coach, we'll let you go, get those final pieces of practice in there, and we'll see you out onto the floor at the Sevier Valley Center.
Thanks, Cody. See you down there.
Again, a good interview with Coach Lex Cornea. He's incredibly excited. He touched up on how he views the Rich Rebels as a very hot team right now. He really likes this matchup against Bryce Valley, although it is not going to be a cakewalk whatsoever. I just ran into Coach Burdett Weston, which reminds me that the town of Laketown is proud to sponsor the Rich Rebels and support them in all that they do in helping. And reminding me, Coach Weston is going to tell me a little bit, has told me a little bit that Bryce Valley, has scored in bunches in the fourth quarter, scoring their most points on average. In the fourth quarter, the Bryce Valley Mustangs score about 15 points per game in the fourth quarter, as opposed to only 10 for Rich. That will be a stat that we'll have to keep an eye on. We're about a minute and a half away from tip-off. We'll take our final commercial break, come back to you for our starting lineup in just a moment on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports. Success is no accident. It comes from constant hard work, perseverance, sacrifice, and learning from failure. Laketown Mayor Burdett Weston and council members Dallas Clark, Gary Ogilvie, Eldon Robinson, and Delora Wright encourage the Rich High Rebels to continue to do whatever it takes to succeed in academics, activities, and athletics. The town council and citizens of Laketown celebrate the success of all the students and staff in the Rich School District.
Atlas Home Care and Hospice provides skilled nursing and physical therapy services in your home in Rich County. In-home service providers include Natalie Cornea, Kylie Argyle, Brady Stokes, and Bradley Holmes. Call Atlas Home Care and Hospice today.
At the Evanston Walmart, you'll find all the tools students need to succeed. Our team is committed to providing quality products and an excellent shopping experience. Stop in today. 125 North 2nd Street, Evanston. Walmart. Save money, live better.
Welcome back to the Mountain America Credit Union 1A state playoffs for the boys. We're going to go ahead and step aside for the presentation of the colors. Come back to you in just a moment on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife.
Two of the things you work hardest for in life are your family and your money. Taking care of the money you earn is an important part of taking care of your family. Gary Tusher, CPA of Montpelier, Idaho, is a rancher who's also provided professional tax preparation and financial services for more than 30 years.
When it comes to taxes and your money, make sure it's handled the best way possible. Call me today, 208-847-2601.
Whether you're looking for gravel, sand, topsoil, rock, or other materials for your excavation or landscaping project, trust the experienced, knowledgeable team at J-Bar Excavation, specializing in sale and delivery of the materials you need to finish your project. J-Bar Excavation in Randolph, Utah has the team, the tools, and the plan to help you create exactly what you're looking for. J-Bar does quality work that fits your schedule and your budget. Call J-Bar Excavation today, 435-793-5855.
When you enter the city limits of the town of Woodruff, the sign welcomes you to the town of coldest temps and warmest hearts. Settled in 1870, we celebrate the values of kindness, compassion, and friendliness, knowing that a community's greatness may best be measured by the compassionate actions of its members. Mayor Scott Savey and council members Raymond Franson, Millie Bradshaw, Seiko Webb, and Monica Schultes, with clerk Lisa Bell, welcome you and say,
Go Ridge Rebels!
At the Evanston Walmart, you'll find all the tools students need to succeed. Our team is committed to providing quality products and an excellent shopping experience. Stop in today. 125 North 2nd Street, Evanston. Walmart. Save money, live better.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, as we're getting ready for our starting lineup between the Rich Rebels and the Bryce Valley Mustangs. Let's go ahead and dip right into it. We will start with the Rich Rebels today. Riley Carrillo getting the start today. Riley's going to be huge for the Rich Rebels today. If they can get anything working inside, it's going to start with Riley Carrillo. The freshman, Carter Hoffman, coming out wearing number 23. He's been huge, added a lot of energy as well. Hayden Weston, we've been talking about him quite substantially. He has quite the moves in the paint, another big component to this team. Hunter Pace, as always, out onto the floor. A huge boost for the Rich Rebels, and point guard Jaden Cornea. That is your starting lineup for the Rich Rebels as we are just moments away from tip-off on our Gary Tusher CPA pregame show. Let's go ahead and meet now our Bryce Valley Mustangs. We'll have to keep an eye out for some of these kids as they've been absolutely fantastic down south. 18-3 on the year, over 13-8 overall on the year. Number 5, Trayson Clark. He can light you up from beyond the arc, a junior, 5'11". John Alstrom also getting the start here. Miles Roberts, a senior, 6'4". He is an enforcer in the paint. You got to keep an eye out for him. Raf Brinkerhoff. And number 23, Brock Syret. That is your starting lineup for the Bryce Valley Mustangs. Keep in mind, Bryce Valley has really ended games strong. That will be something that we'll have to key up on as they score about 15 points per game in the fourth quarter. This will be a chance for the Rich Rebels to go out in the lead at the beginning and set the tone. Let's go ahead and get ready for tip-off between your Rich Rebels and the Bryce Valley Mustangs. Cody Olsen coming to you live from the booth as we get ready our My Local Radio keys to the game. I think you're going to have to keep in check Miles Roberts, the senior, 6'4", has been an enforcer on the defensive end, and you got to keep an eye on Brock Syret. He will score points in droves. We're getting ready here for the start of our first quarter, and tip-off is underway. We get a quick realignment here of the players out onto the court as Carter Hoffman was on the wrong side of the half court. The Rich Rebels wearing all blacks, blue accents, and white numerals. They're going from right to left on your radio dial. Carrillo and Roberts up in the air. Roberts gets that one back to his point guard, and away the Mustangs will go after winning the tip-off. Taking off the point, Brinkerhoff working his way to the right to Clark. Clark drives right side baseline, gets stopped in front of Hunter Pace on the right side. Up to the top now, Alstrom. Roberts on the left side gets a screen, back screen to the floor and off the glass and good with the right hand. Rafe Brinkerhoff. That will be the first point scored in this game. Now the Rich Rebels down by 2. Carter Hoffman far out in front of the Bryce Valley bench, and a reset here for the Rebels. Inside the half circle, driving right, Cornea trying to shake off a defender here. Inside feed, Hayden Weston, and a double pump and a travel. Hayden Weston goes through that signature pump fake there, and that time he shuffled his feet just too much. It's going to be called for a travel violation and a turnover on the Rebels. Back into the arms of the Mustangs. The ball working its way from left to right on your radio dial. The Mustangs in their all white and green accents. On the left side, Syret up to the top and a kick out very high. Alstrom driving right side baseline into the body of Hayden Weston. A shot by Clark, no good. Hunter Pace with a man behind him trying to track him down. They get it off into their own side of the court, and an offensive set up for Rich. Three taken from Carter Hoffman, too hard, off the glass, ripped down by the Mustangs. Down the right sideline, Brinkerhoff, crossover in the paint, and a foul on Hayden Weston, not giving up any easy points there as he made his way, slithered inside and had a good look. Hayden Weston fouls him before the shot goes up. 6:39 left here in our first quarter, and our first foul on Hayden Weston. Brinkerhoff to the line. He scored the first points of the game. First free throw up and short off the front of the rim. No good. Still 2-0 here in the Sevier Valley Center. Cody Olsen coming to you live here as we are doing audio only today. Live feed is found streaming online if you wish. Brinkerhoff's second shot will roll around the rim a couple times, a couple revolutions, and in. The Mustangs out by 3. No score for the Rebels. Hoffman down the right sideline up to the top, and now Cornea will kick it back to Hoffman on the left side wing. Hoffman driving in, kick out to the top for Riley Carrillo. Cornea getting a screen from Carrillo, a pick and roll, and Cornea is going to go into the lane, and a foul before the shot as he drove down here into the paint. Brinkerhoff with his first personal foul. Mound Valley Cattle Company inbound. Riley Carrillo up and around, sealing off his defender on the left side block, puts it up with the right hand. That's good. Mustangs up by 1, 3-2 with the ball. Right side stopped, and then a feed inside. Syret looking for Ahlstrom. A little dribble handoff for Brinkerhoff. Brinkerhoff driving and a feeding to the right side. Good. That's a little pick and roll action between Brinkerhoff and Brock Syret. And John Ahlstrom. That works out for the Mustangs. They're going to jump out 5-2. Cornea across the timeline in front of the giant orange S for Snow College. Hayden Weston looks for 3. That one just off to the right, no good. He had a good look at that one. Left him alone right on top of the arc. That one's just off. Here comes the Mustangs again. 5-2. Syret giving it up here at the top for Clark. Clark, nowhere to go, has to dribble, handoff, gives it back to Clark. Clark driving down the sideline. He stepped on the line, out of bounds, and a turnover. 5:29 here left in our first quarter.
For Rich, number 13, Noah Perry enters the ball.
Noah Perry to check into the ball game for Hayden Weston. A little bit of a switch up early on in this game. Jaden Cornea coming back towards the ball. This gym is very large, as they have a lot of room to work with. Cornea works his way left to Hunter Pace on the left side wing. Pace, known for his three-point shooting, gives it back up to the top for Noah Perry. Feeding inside, Carrillo, stuck in traffic, fading away off the glass, bounces on the rim, and then there's a foul as Riley Carrillo tried to track down his own rebound and jumped right into the body of Trayson Clark.
Fouls on number 4, Riley Carrillo.
Carrillo's first one. We'll keep in mind that the front court for the Rich Rebels, both Hayden Weston and Riley Carrillo with 1 foul each at the moment. At the very top of the arc, working his way left, Brock Syret giving up for Roberts. Roberts using his height, jumping, floating, about 3 feet out, putting it in. That one's good. 7-2 for the Mustangs. Coach Cornea calling out the offense, and Jaden Cornea loses the basketball. Scrum at the bottom of the pile, and a timeout taken as the Mustangs fell on top of it. And the Rich Rebels going to collect themselves now as they'll take their first timeout. We'll take it as well, as if you were here in the arena, we've got the band located here on the right side, and your phone and your new home in Bear Lake is 1 phone call away. Trust me, you're going to want to call Gary or Amber McKee on that one, as Gary and Amber McKee are the most highest volume realtors in the Bear Lake Valley. 435-946-8888. Visit them at bearlakerealty.com. That's our Bear Lake Realty fan cam if you were able to see what's going on here in the Sevier Valley Center. Early morning on a Wednesday, the Bryce Valley Mustangs and the Rich Rebels going head-to-head. Bryce Valley ranked number 4 in the RPI, and the Rich Rebels ranked 13th. Bryce Valley sitting on a 5-point lead with 4:45 left here in the first quarter. They're going to get the basketball after calling that timeout in that scrum after losing the ball. Jaden Cornea. Speaking of losing the ball kind of goes awire off and to the right in a little Euro step, and a foul here inside. Trayson Clark making some space. He's going to go ahead to the line. On the right side wing, dribbled inside, hop left, hop right, and up he went, and a foul. No good on the basket. 2 shots coming up.
Number 5, Trayson Clark.
Trayson Clark, the 5'11 junior, has been known to put up good, solid, efficient shots, and he puts up the first one from the free throw line up and good on the first one. 8-2, and the second one down into the hole it goes. 9-2, Bryce Valley in the lead early. 4:30 left in the first quarter. Right side wing, Carter Hoffman, one dribble hop. In trouble, feeds it up to Noah Perry on the right side elbow. Perry, one hop as well, and gives it up to Hunter Pace. Hunter Pace driving inside, back to Perry. Perry lost the basketball. Driving all the way down the court, coast to coast. Romo gets fouled on the arm by Jaden Cornea, trying to avoid an easy bucket. He'll go to the line for 2.
Fouls on number 15,
Jaden Cornea's first foul.
number 12,
Joel Romo. First shot up and off the front of the rim, no good. Trying to break that double-digit mark, the Bryce Valley Mustangs are out early, 9-2, as they are working their way and using quite a few steals, taking the basketball away from the Rich Rebels to come up with some easy fast break shots. Second shot missed, rolling off the fingers of Noah Perry into the arms of Trey Walker. Still 9-2, both missed by Romo. Jaden Cornea working in front of the media table on the right sideline. Stuttering between the legs, goes back up to the top for Trey Walker. Trey met very high up beyond the arc. Trey driving and fouled. Put up the shot, and it's going to bounce off the front of the rim and out, but Trey's going to get fouled. He'll have 2 shots at the line.
fouls on number 10, Ray Brinkerhoff.
That's the second one on Rafe Brinkerhoff. That's something that you're going to have to keep an eye out for. Brinkerhoff has scored the majority of points here in the first quarter for the Mustangs, that he has 2 personal fouls already. First one up and good for Trey Walker. I met with Trey earlier this week in terms of our interview for Outstanding Student or Outstanding Student Athlete, whoever you want to say it was. Trey is an excellent example, and he's bought into this program very, very well. Trey, breathing, taking in the scene on the floor, puts up the second shot, and that one's long off the back iron. 9-3. Mustangs back with the basketball, and this time it's Brock Syret, the senior, coming across the timeline from left to right. In front of the half circle, drives left, spins right, and a kick out onto the right side wing. Now the left side wing, Romo thought about it, but decided to eat it, and now a reset for the Mustangs. Shaking off, Syret driving left, inside, dangerous pass to Roberts. Roberts kicks it back out to the top as he was on the right side block. Crossover, drive, kick out, right side wing, back up to the top. Romo for 3. That one's long, no good. Riley Creo able to box out Roberts, and here comes the Rebels. Rebels in transition, and Noah Perry puts up the shot, gets his own rebound, and then tries to throw it back out to beyond the arc. He didn't have enough mustard on it, and it's intercepted by the Bryce Valley Mustangs. Clark sitting at the very top of the arc, guarded by Noah Perry. Perry trying to hound Clark. Nowhere to go. Now left side Syret. Syret driving left down the baseline, and a foul and 1. Got whacked on the arm, and he's going to get points plus a chance for some cherry. 11-3 for the Mustangs, and Carson Muirbrook set to check into the basketball game. He'll come in for Noah Perry. Cherry points good from Brock Syret. And now you're looking at 12-3 advantage for the Mustangs. Mustangs going out early. They've scored 12 points already in the first quarter with 2:45 left. Trey Walker beyond the top of the arc, gives it to Carson Muirbrook, and it's going to be in a bad position. Trey wrestles the ball back by the grace of the basketball gods, driving right. A jumper high off the glass from about 5 feet away. Hunter Pace starting to heat up, bumping that score up to 5 for the Rebels. Strolling again across midcourt, Brock Syret. Inside feed, Roberts has a lane. Good, spinning around defenders in the paint for the Rich Rebels. That's an easy bucket for Miles Roberts. Jaden Cornea hounded by Joel Romo. Gets across the timeline and again loses the basketball. Stolen by Romo, cross court, down and intercepted by Hunter Pace. Now back and forth these teams will go. Pace sets up for 3, pulls the trigger, high off and off the front of the rim. Offensive rebound by Muirbrook. Pace gets the ball back into his hands at the very top of the arc, works his way left, and a reset for the Rebels. Jaden Corney has been hounded all day by Romo, and he's lost the ball a few times. Got to keep care of the basketball. Hunter Pace spinning, fading away. That one rims out, no good. Looked good off of his fingers, but does not fall. Still 14-5 with a minute 30 left here in the first quarter. Bryce Valley in the lead, and Syret trying to shake off a couple players. A long three, no good, and tipped out by Miles Roberts. Back into the arms of the Mustangs, and now a second chance opportunity for Bryce Valley. Inside, good hands by Hunter Pace. He deflects that one, and it goes into the arms of Cornea. Cornea goes way down the court for Pace. Pace for three on the left side wing. Off the front of the rim, no good, and a rebound by Bryce Valley. They've had a couple good looks, and Pace has pulled the trigger. It has not fallen for the Rebels early on in this game, 14-5. And now Bryce Valley is going to sit on the basketball right at half court. Muirbrook getting blown past, up and good, and a layup there. Trayson Clark just using his speed to get around Muirbrook, as Muirbrook came way out beyond the arc to try and meet him. And Clark just kind of ran around him, went up and had a lane, threw it up with the right hand on a running layup, and he was good. Cornea with the Mound Valley Cattle Company inbound from the far sideline. Now into the arms of Trey Walker. Trey trying to shake off his defender. That's Riker Chinoweth. Cornea getting a screen up and kick out to the very top of the arc. Muirbrook goes left, back to Cornea. And Bryce Valley is meeting the Rebels way beyond the arc, and it's a very intense game of defense if you're Bryce Valley. Trying to get some back cuts would say do, but it's out of the hands of Trey Walker. Stolen away and a turnover. Miles Roberts loses the basketball, puts it way down into the paint, has to track it down, and a heave will not be in time after the end of one. First quarter action after one. Bryce Valley 16, Rich 5. Rich is going to need to adapt to what the Bryce Valley Mustangs are giving them, and that is very intense defense. 16 points in the first quarter, very efficient for Bryce Valley. We'll take a timeout here on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife.
This is Gary McKee. Inviting you to call Bear Lake Realty today, 435-946-8888. Find out how you can be part of this beautiful area here with sandy beaches and private access, or the quickest way to get access to the marina in the Bear Lake area. You can have your own second home or a quarter share into those second homes for starting at $250,000, or you can start your own Airbnb investment and use it as well. Just call us and we'll teach you how to do that at Bear Lake Realty at 435-946-8888.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. We're now into our Stacy's Repair second quarter. That if you need a repair, take it to the ones who truly care. That's Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. We've seen a few turnovers by the Rich Rebels, and that has given up easy points for Bryce Valley. They've taken advantage of that. Bryce Valley is up 16-5 at the beginning of our second quarter. We've seen a lot of work from Brinkerhoff, who has scored the majority of points for Bryce Valley. 5 points coming for Rich, a layup by Riley Carrillo, and a little help out from Trey Walker from the free throw line. Hunter Pace and the Rebels getting the ball to start the second quarter. Up to the very top, Riley Carrillo keeps it high above his head, goes left for Cornea. Cornea, again, met very tight defense from beyond the arc. Bryce Valley's not wanting anything to go past him. Another jumper by Pace. That one off to the left. A travel violation called on the Mustangs, and Trey Walker had snuck behind in front of the outlet pass from the Mustangs after they rebounded the basketball, set his feet up, and forced a travel violation. Mustangs giving up the basketball and a feed inside. Riley Carrillo thought he touched it, and the Bryce Valley Mustangs didn't really agree with that. Nonetheless, the ball will stay with the Rich Rebels as an attempted feed inside to Riley Carrillo goes off of his fingertips and out of bounds. Deflected by Bryce Valley. Mound Valley Cattle Company inbound. It's going to work his way around the horn and will stay out to the left. Trey Walker gets behind his defender, has a little floater, and he's going to be blocked by Roberts. Roberts using his 6'4 frame to reject that shot. And now the Mustangs quickly in transition. At the very top, Ahlstrom giving it up to his left. Brinkerhoff back in the game. Crossover, dribble left, stop. Trey Walker trying to stop him in any way, shape, or form. And the Mustangs have done a pretty decent job. A long three on the right side off the front of the rim, and comes flying in. Bryce Valley. Alstrom had the rebound, lost it, and it goes out the near side corner on the right side of the court. The Rich Rebels will take over. Carson Muirbrook has checked out, and Hayden Weston has come back in the game. Joel Romo for the Bryce Valley Mustangs. So out on the floor for the Rebels, Cornea, Walker, Weston, Pace, and Carrillo. That's a solid starting five right there. And an offensive foul on Hayden Weston as he tries to set up a screen to free up Jaden Cornea. I don't think he was set, and our official right here at half court motions for an offensive foul, and that's another one on Hayden Weston. Bryce Valley back with the basketball up at the very top here. Stutter going out to the left side wing. He has a little bit of a lane, kicks it back out to Roberts. Roberts again using his height. Good defense by Jaden Cornea to hound Brinkerhoff. Brinkerhoff dribbles it off of his hands and off of a foot out of bounds right into the Lady Rebel cheerleaders. And a turnover. Here comes Cornea with the basketball after the Mound Valley Cattle Company inbound. Cornea has to rely on his ball handling, goes one-on-one and gets across the timeline. Trey Walker back up to the very top. Hayden Weston left alone, dribbles inside, back for Pace. Pace for three. That one's short. Long rebound collected by Cornea. Cornea pit-pocketed. And here comes Bryce Valley, bouncing off of the feet of a couple different players. Right side, Romo. In the corner, gives it back up to the top here for Syret. Romo, right side wing extended, going out to the left, gives it up for Roberts. He's going to work his way around the horn. A pump fake gets a couple Rebels up in the air, and Bryce Valley's not giving up any shots. And a foul on Jaden Cornea. Cornea came in, was a little late to try and contest a right elbow jumper on Rafe Brinkerhoff, and he's going to get another foul. Cornea with two fouls. He's going to have to take a sit. No, he's staying out there. Brinkerhoff will stay, and he'll knock down the next free throw. So no, this is the first points of the second quarter, brought to you by Stacy's Repair, scored at the free throw line by the Bryce Valley Mustangs. They're up 17-5. 12-point lead for Bryce Valley. Brinkerhoff's second shot. Bottom of the net. That pushes them to 18. 18-5, and now Rich Rebels are trying to get some offensive production going. Nate Woods is back and into the ball game for the first time. He's going to try and avoid the defense. Hayden Weston trying to free him up at the very top in front of the half circle. Hunter Pace, who's taken a few shots, has not yet found his touch yet. If they can get Pace going, I think the Rebels are going to be in a lot better shape. Nate Woods driving, stopping, kicking back out to the top, and a three from Hayden Weston. That one, good! Hayden Weston stepping in to the straightaway three, up to 8, and a My Local Radio 3 by Weston. That one's big, and that's brought the deficit down to 10. Bryce Valley up 18-8. Defense time for the Rebels. Left side wing, Romo. And a foul here on Bryce Valley, I believe. No, on Trey Walker. I thought he was pointing towards Bryce Valley, but instead Trey Walker's going to be giving it up. And that is the 8th foul given up by the Rich Rebels here, and that's going to be into the 1-and-1. The Bryce Valley Mustangs will go. The senior, Syret, knocking down the first one. 19-8. Noah Perry's coming in for Riley Carrillo. 5:08 left in our Stacy's Repair second quarter.
Number 23,
Carter Hoffman also checking into the ball game. He came in for Trey Walker. That shot rolling off to the left. An outlet here for Nate Woods. So 1 for 2, and the Rebels back on to their offensive side of the court. Nate Woods right in front of the media table on the far side of the court is going to dribble up and underneath the defensive Romo out to the left. Pace behind the back, trying to make some space against Brinkerhoff. Right side wing, Nate Woods feeding inside, Hayden Weston. Weston trying to make some space and a foul. Hayden Weston, although he gives up a couple inches on Roberts, he's able to use that pump fake effectively to get Roberts in a compromised position, and that's going to be a foul on the arm, and Hayden Weston will go to the line for Bear Lake Realty free throws. Hayden Weston's first shot high, and it bounces out right, left, and out. No good on the first one. One more shot for Hayden Weston. 4:44 left here before halftime. Weston, second shot. That one just grazes the back of the rim and good. Falls in. 19-9. Bryce Valley again holding on to a 10-point lead. Bryce Valley has put up good shots and has held the Rebels to limited shots. A couple shots coming from the free throw line for the Rich Rebels have kept them in the ball game. Nate Woods on the right side against Brinkerhoff. Brinkerhoff driving right side baseline, spinning around, drop stepping, got caught up and gets bailed out to the right side here by Clark. Clark and Brinkerhoff working the right side against Nate Woods and Hunter Pace. Brinkerhoff left alone, drops the jumper from beyond, just inside the arc. 21-9 for the Bryce Valley Mustangs. Hoffman crosses the half-court line, picked up his dribble and feeds inside for Hayden Weston. Another foul on Roberts. That's two quick ones on Miles Roberts. And a timeout taken here. An Independent Software Solutions timeout. If you're looking for an IT guy, let Brian be that guy. Call 307-789-1978. We'll take a quick break ourselves. Bryce Valley in the lead, 21-9 over the Rich Rebels with about 4 minutes left in the second quarter on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, to the second quarter, brought to you by Stacy's Repair. A quick foul given up by Miles Roberts now leads to a Mound Valley Kettle Company inbound play for the Rich Rebels on the far side of the basket on Bryce Valley's side of the court. Inside, Hayden Weston making some space, trying to go up into the arms, and a foul called here on Trayson Clark. 3 fouls by the Mustangs in very short succession, all because of the finesse of Hayden Weston, who has been playing that position for such a long time. Hayden Weston's going to go to the free throw line. First shot up and good. Hayden Weston taking the Rebels into double digits for the first time in this game. 21-10. Mustangs up. Second shot from the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. That one off to the right. No good. Ripped off the glass by Roberts. Syret is looking at a little bit of a pressure. Easily broken by the Bryce Valley Mustangs. Right side here, Brinkerhoff gives it back up to the top for Syret, who stands just on the S. Far beyond their offensive set. Now they're going to go ahead and work it here to the right. Brinkerhoff jabbing right, goes up to the very top using his height. Clark working around the horn inside for Roberts. Roberts triple teamed in the paint, kicks it back out for 3, off to the right, no good. Good stop by the Rebels. Jaden Cornea almost loses the handles as a couple Mustangs coming in to hound him as he crosses the timeline. Pace up to the top for Cornea. Cornea trying to get around Romo, left side again, wing extended. He calling for the screen. Pace gets a screen, gets a jumper, has some space, puts it in right on the left elbow. Good work from Hunter Pace. 21-12, your score. Here comes a little bit of a pressure from the Mustangs. They're going to try and trap Bryce Valley, and they do. Carter Hoffman gets fouled as he stole the basketball, and now we're seeing a little bit of a shift of momentum the way of the Rebels, although they're still down by 9 points. That foul right there is going to put them in the 1-1. Alstrom's coming in, and Brinkerhoff going out with his 3rd foul. Hunter Pace getting some coaching there from his bench and from Coach Cornea. Hayden Weston coming back to play safety as Carter Hoffman to the line for 1-1. Puts that one up, brick, long. Roberts comes away with it. Missed opportunity there for the Rich Rebels. They were able to pull it within a little bit more. Inside, Roberts blowing past Carrillo. Inside, and a foul. And one. That was like a NBA continuation on that one. Roberts goes right into the body of Hayden Weston got the basket and the foul. Weston coming out with his third foul. He's in foul trouble, and he's been a catalyst for the Rich Rebel defense. Meerbrook will come in to replace him. Hayden Weston had a good idea, trying to sit up in the paint as we've seen him do all season. Roberts goes right at him, and this time he's going to benefit from the foul given up from blocking from Hayden Weston. Rimming out, no good on the and one, 23-12. Here come the Rich Rebels. Right side wing Hoffman. He's looking inside for Carrillo. Hoffman can't get it there, gives it up for Meerbrook, out to the left side. Cornea floating away, and that was off balance, up and in. I don't know how he got that one in. That was from about 8 feet out, and he threw it from his hip. 23-14, down to a 9-point lead for the Bryce Valley Mustangs. And it looks as though that the Rebels are going to try and play intense defense no matter where Bryce Valley is. Way beyond the arc as well. High up, Roberts on the left side. Calling for it, did not get it. Romo back inside. Roberts gets it on the left block. Roberts, kick out. Triangle work. Driving left side baseline. Into Roberts. Roberts, triple teamed. Ball lazily thrown down the baseline. Did not get intercepted. And a reset here for the Mustangs. 1:42 left before halftime. Inside, jumper, good. Nobody guarding him. Brock Syret with a back cut. Found himself a little bit of space. 25-14. Feeding inside, Riley Carrillo, space, up and off the glass and good. That is championship basketball by Riley Carrillo. Took it upon himself to take Roberts one-on-one, and Roberts trying to play a little soft because he has 2 fouls, does not want to give up a third before halftime. Carrillo puts it up and in, 16-25. Buckets are falling for both of these teams now. Cross-court pass from the near corner all the way over for Clark. Clark back into the corner. A 3. Good by Brock Syret. Brock Syret catching fire, 28-16. Jaden Cornea getting the inbound. Goes across the timeline very quickly. Here comes the Rebels. At the very top of the arc, right side, Cornea feeding inside. Intercepted and kept alive. And a foul given up here on the corner as the Rebels were trying to come back in on Romo and hound him for the basketball. That's going to be a foul, and that will send Bryce Valley to the line for more free throws into the double bonus. Bryce Valley will go. 40 seconds left in the ball game. 28-16.
Bonus situation, 10-team foul. At the foul line, shooting 2, number 12, Joel Romo.
Joel Romo missed his first 2 free throw attempts. He's going to put down the first one. Puts his team up to 29.
For Rich, number 3, Trey Walker.
Trey Walker coming in for Jaden Cornea. Cornea goes out with his 3rd foul. So a couple Rich Rebels in trouble, giving up a few points. Romo goes 2 for 2 and gets them up to the 30 burger here before halftime. Rebels, if you're looking and just joining us for this game, have finally started to catch a little bit of an offensive momentum, and they're starting to shoot well inside. Riley Carrillo on the right elbow. Looking, faking, going in, putting it off the glass, and good. That's patient work from Riley Carrillo. 18-30. 12-point lead for the Mustangs. 18 seconds left in the ball game. Driving down the right sideline and a blocking foul on Trey Walker. I think that's Trey. Trey did not want to give that up as he came into the game. I believe that is Trey's 3rd foul as well. So the Rich Rebels are facing foul trouble, and that gives up another double bonus opportunity here. This time, Brock Syret, who has caught fire here in the first half, is going to put up some free throw shots. I say that and jinx him. He misses the first one off the front of the rim. Second opportunity there. That one, laser beam, up inside, 31-18. 14 seconds left in the ball game. Hunter Pace with the basketball, guarded by Romo. Pace across the timeline, double teamed out to the right side inside. Carrillo to Hoffman. They had a lane. Trey Walker takes the 3, and it's no good. That will be your halftime score. 31-18 for the Bryce Valley Mustangs. We'll go ahead and dip into our halftime coverage in just a moment and talk a little bit about what this team can do to get back into the game. Again, our halftime score, Bryce Valley 31, Rich 18. Thank you so much for joining us on 98.3 The Wildlife or on mylocalradio.com. Well, that's the end of our Stacy's Repair second quarter. We'll go ahead and dip into our halftime show brought to you by the Crawford Trough in just a moment here in the Sevier Valley Center.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Sometimes you just start craving a really good, juicy burger. Add cheese, maybe some bacon, and all the fixins that make every bite even better than the bite before it. Add a side of hand-cut fries, onion rings, or crisp tater tots, and top it off with an amazing ice cream cone. Or maybe a raspberry shake. Just thinking about it makes me hungry. When your stomach is grumbling like an angry bear and your cravings call out, head right down to the Crawford Trough in Randolph. The place to eat and drink. Stop in today.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of 6,300 feet, with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that is one reason why the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, a value for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Sim Bell and the town board, Melanie Lim, Clay Barker, Brandon Hatch, and Frank Sano, support the Rich Rebels and hope that you can come back often. Welcome to the halftime show, brought to you by the Crawford Trough, the place to eat and drink. At the half on the Station on Main scoreboard, our reading, Bryce Valley 31, Rich 18. Special thanks to the town of Randolph, the mayor and town council for allowing us to touch up on our highlights. Here's the highlights that you're looking at if you're coming into this game and you don't know what's happened so far. Bryce Valley has been scoring at, pretty easily. They've had some back cuts. They've been finding holes in the zone. They've been putting up good shots, haven't missed a whole lot. Their shooting percentage is very high. They're up 31-18 over the Rich Rebels. On the other side of the floor, the Rich Rebels, a little bit slow in the first quarter, started to pick it up in the second quarter, have kept it within about 10 points or so. Bryce Valley came away with some good points after a couple fouls that brought them into the double bonus at the very end of our first half. Now, speaking of the first half, both of these teams have given up fouls that they did not want to. Both have given up more fouls than they want to, more especially for the Rich Rebels. Currently right now, Hayden Weston, Jaden Cornea, Trey Walker, all with 3 fouls, and that is not something that you want to see if you're a Rich Rebel fan right now. You have to kind of play a little bit softer. You can't give up those easy fouls, and those easy fouls are what let the Mustangs progress and push that lead a little bit farther than maybe it should have been at the end of the first half. Currently right now, the Rich Rebels are playing well as we get a little more stats from the help here in Sevier Valley Center. There's a live feed if you want to find it online. Currently right now, Riley Carrillo is shooting 100% from the floor. He's 3 for 3, and he is not attempted a three-pointer, but he's been a very prolific part of this offense. He's the point leader for the Rich Rebels at 6. Hunter Pace has 4 points. Jaden Cornea with 2. Hayden Weston has got 5 points, and that comes from the free throw line. He's gone 2 for 4 and 1 for 2 from the field. That big three-pointer that he made has really helped out. Trey Walker with 1 point total. He's gone to the free throw line once or twice. Now, here's our statistics here. For the first half, the Rich Rebels are shooting 41%, 7 of 17 right now, which isn't terrible. 1 for 7, though, from beyond the arc at 14%, has given the ball into the hands of Bryce Valley a great amount of times. The only kids that have well, we got a little bit of a mismarking here on our stat sheet, but that is all right. Currently right now, 41%, decent from field goal range. You got to bump up that three-point percentage up higher, and most importantly, you need to stop giving up those fouls. We have kids in foul trouble, and that is going to be something to look at into the second half. As for the Mustangs, the 31-point total, Miles Roberts is 3 for 3 as well. He has 6 points, but really, Brock Syret, the senior, getting those back cuts behind the defense. 50% from three-point land and 75% from the field in total. 10 points for Brock Syret. Joel Romo has been causing a lot of issues defensively for the Rebels, as overall the Mustangs have shot 66% from the field in the first half and 20% from beyond the arc. Not great from either team from beyond the arc, but 66% is pretty fantastic. 5-16 after the end of the first quarter for the Mustangs. The Rich Rebels have only given up a 2-point lead after that, as they were outscored 15-13, so they've gotten a little bit closer. But those fouls given up by the Mustangs, the fouls given up by both the Mustangs and the Rebels are going to come back and be a talking point here in the second quarter. We'll come back, take our final break, come back and tell you what the Rich Rebels and the Bryce Valley Mustangs can do to come away with a win here in the Sevier Valley Center in Richfield for our state playoffs at the Mountain America Credit Union State Playoff Tournament on 98.3 and mylocalradio.com.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Now you've got a safe and secure place to store your boat, RV, ATVs, and other vehicles right in town. T-Bar Body Shop offers storage for just $35 per month. Long and short-term storage options are available. Of course, T-Bar Body Shop also offers custom bodywork when you have an accident. We work with your insurance directly and get the job done right. T-Bar Body Shop offers a wide range of services. Stop in today and see all the ways T-Bar can serve you. 515 County Road, Evanston. Let T-Bar fix your car.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
As high school sports fans, we know that sometimes you have to drive a long way to get to the next game. If you find yourself on the side of the road, remember that Freeway Tire in Evanston offers service calls and roadside assistance 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a great idea to have your vehicle serviced, tires checked, and oil changed to make sure it's in top shape before your next long drive. Visit Freeway Tire today, your locally owned and operated tire shop. Freeway Tire, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
Welcome back to the conclusion of the Crawford Trough halftime show. Our first half highlights brought to you by the town of Randolph. Now it's time to see what kind of keys you can do in order to come away with a win. Important to note that if you're not giving up free buckets at the line, the Mustangs have made 10 free throws, had 16 chances. If you're able to cut those fouls down, not give them up, the Rich Rebels were able to outplay the Mustangs, really, but if, ands, or buts and, hypotheticals don't really matter. That's what you got to do. The Rich Rebels in a position now have got the jitters out, it seems like, in the first quarter. Bryce Valley seemed very poised, collected, and outscored the Rebels 16-5 in the first quarter. And now the Rebels are looking at a 31-18 deficit. Not insurmountable by any means. You can adapt. As for the Rich Rebels, what you need to do is avoid fouls. Right now, you can't give up any more fouls. and you got to start feeding inside. It seems as though the soft underbelly for this Bryce Valley team is going right at Roberts. He seems to be very tentative. He doesn't want to foul out, and it's giving up some easy points in the paint. Special thanks to all of you that are listening here online at 98.3 KADQ. For the Bryce Valley Mustangs, right now you just got to keep the pedal to the metal. If you're getting any lane whatsoever, you want to take it coast to coast, and you want to force the Rich Rebels to foul you on the arm, and you want to go to the free throw line and put this game on ice. Well, with that being said, Bryce Valley is going to start off at the start of our Epic Recreation third quarter.
Mustangs basketball, they start second half action.
Here comes Brinkerhoff across the line. Make your vacation an epic one to remember with Epic Recreation at 435-946 EPIC. Here come the Mustangs. Brinkerhoff tested the waters to the right, got the ball back up to the top, now goes right again. Mustangs now feed inside, up and high over the top. Roberts collapsed on, has to kick it out for Brinkerhoff. The Rebels don't want Roberts to get any looks whatsoever. They want to giving up some jumpers and something beyond the arc, it seems like. A 1-2 game between Brinkerhoff and now Roberts on the left side block. He's caught up underneath the basket, had nowhere to go. A kick out to the right side, out to the left again. Bryce Valley's had good looks at the basketball. They have not taken them. It's a 2-3 zone implemented by the Rich Rebels. Again, Roberts fouled down below, and Hayden Weston, I believe, is going to get his fourth foul. That's correct. Hayden Weston with his fourth foul right there. The ball will go out of bounds. Hayden Weston quickly subbed out as he's given up his fourth foul. Carson Meerbrook is going to be getting a lot more time here in the second half with that game on the edge. 3 taken on the short corner, good. Nobody went out there to guard. Brock Syret, they just let it happen. Brock knocks it home, 34-18 on the near corner, right in front of their own student section there and the Bryce Valley Mustang girls basketball team. Rich Rebels and Hunter Pace on the left side, deflected out. Carson Meerbrook tracks it down in the half circle, gives it up for Cornea at the very top. Dribbling left, he gives it to Pace again, looks inside. Riley Carrillo, one-on-one versus Roberts. Carrillo floating away, hard, off the glass. Roberts comes away with the defensive rebound. Brock Syret, who's been in fuego all game, who just barely knocked down that 3 ball to bump up the score 34-18, taking it across the timeline. Brinkerhoff getting behind the first level of the defense, and Roberts bounced it off of his fingertips, hit the baseline on the near side of the basket, and a turnover here. The Rich Rebels need a bucket desperately, something to match what Brock Syret did just moments ago. Syret meeting Cornea right inside, and Pace out here gets a screen from Meerbrook. Pace driving right side baseline, floating high off the glass. It bounces out, no good. Hoffman tried to sneak in behind and get a jump ball there against Syret, but it's not gonna work. Right side, Clark back up to the top for Brinkerhoff. Bryce Valley again with a chance on their offensive set. Feeding inside, Roberts. Kick out to the right side, Clark driving right side baseline, poked out from behind and stolen away. Carson Meerbrook almost traveled with the basketball. Cornea leaving his feet, gives it up to the right side at the wing, extended for Carter Hoffman. Hoffman inside for Riley Carrillo. Carrillo travels with the basketball, shuffled his feet before he established himself, and a turnover here. 5:31, only points of the game have been scored off of a Brock Syret 3. Brinkerhoff splitting the triple team inside Roberts against Meerbrook. Roberts leaves that one long, and a block by Hunter Pace. Jaden Cornea losing the basketball, and a timeout taken as the Mustangs have stolen that ball away a few times in the Rich Rebel back court, and as soon as they land on it, they're going to call a timeout. We'll go ahead, take our first timeout here of our Epic Recreation third quarter on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. 5:14 left in our Epic Recreation third quarter. The only points of the game having been scored by Brock Syret on a near corner three. And that's bumped up Bryce Valley to 34. That's been the only points of the game so far. The Rich Rebels trying to feed inside for Riley Carrillo, one of our keys to the game we presented at halftime. The only problem is Riley's missed the first shot, and then he traveled with the second one, and now you're giving Bryce Valley more chances to score. Bryce Valley is very dangerous with the basketball. They've been trying to feed inside for Roberts. Roberts mostly has been held in check the majority of the game. He hasn't dominated in any sense of the word right there. Mostly what you're concerned about if you're the Rich Rebels is those dribble drive kick out threes that could really put a dagger in your heart. Inside here, and another kick out three, a long three from Clark. Short, and it goes right in between the legs of Carson Muirbrook, and an offensive rebound. Brinkerhoff stopped by Hoffman. Kick out inside, now inside for Roberts on the left side block. Push shot, up and good. He uses his height, puts that one up and in. 36-18 for the Mustangs. Cornea, left side elbow for Pace. Right side, wing. Dribble kick, inside move for Carrillo. Another travel violation. Carrillo, back-to-back travel violations. He wants to know what he's doing, and I think it's just that he's moving that pivot foot. You got to stay on the floor. 36-18. Brinkerhoff getting behind the first level of the defense, feeding out to the right side. Riley Carrillo got in the way, and a foul. Right side block foul, and two shots coming up for John Ahlstrom. And coming out of the second half, the Rebels not finding their footing, and Bryce Valley's putting the pedal to the metal, puts down the first one, 37-18 from the free throw line. Trey Walker, he's come into the game. He's got 3 fouls. We're going to have to keep an eye on that. Second shot from Ahlstrom, good. Now a 20-point lead for the Mustangs, 38-18, and you're looking for some type of life if you're the Rebels right now. Pace, inside the arc jumper, shoots off to the left, no good. Trey Walker trying to get in front of the defense, right in front of the media table on the right side wing. Clark gives it up to the very top for Brinkerhoff. Brinkerhoff, with pressure in his face, goes out to the left. Left side wing. One dribble kick back out to the top. Brinkerhoff. Left side, Syret. Gets behind the defense. Kick out three for Clark. Good. Another three for Bryce Valley. And I think Bryce Valley has found out how to break that offensive scheme for the Rich Rebels. A jumper from Hunter Pace on the right baseline. No good. Here comes Bryce Valley again into their offensive set. Roberts using his length. Sliding underneath the defense, up with the right hand and good, and the floodgates are starting to open, and a timeout taken here. Full Independent Software Solutions timeout taken by Coach Cornea. We'll take it as well. Come back to you in just a moment with 3:17 left in the third quarter on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports.
They say the 3 most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
Back again here for the middle of our third quarter, brought to you by Epic Recreation. 3:17 left, and the floodgates have opened for Bryce Valley. They are scoring in droves as they've gone up a substantial margin, 43-18 right now, a 25-point lead for Bryce Valley. And Rich has to come up with something in order to get back into this ball game. It's going to be good if they can. Another feed inside for Riley Carrillo, who tries to give it back out to Nate Woods from the left block out to the far corner. It's going to be deflected out the baseline. No swapping of possessions. It will stay with Rich. Mountain Valley Kettle Company inbound on the far side of the basket. Out for Carrillo. It's going to work its way around the arc to the right side all the way. Cornea driving, throwing it up, gets fouled. Brinkerhoff slapping the floor, not happy as that is his 4th foul of the game.
Fouls on number 22, John Alstrom. At the foul line, shooting 2.
Excuse me, John Alstrom will be getting this foul. That's his first one, so Brinkerhoff still at 3. Cornea leaving that one short on the free throw attempt there. Second opportunity from the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. Short again, bounces off to the right. Ripped off the front of the iron by Clark. Romo had a lane, decided to pull it back out to the right side. In front of his own bench, Clark dribbles up to the very top, spins off of Trey Walker, goes down the right side baseline, and gives it up again. Bryce Valley has had chances to take it to the hole to be aggressive, but they've elected to make the extra pass. Carson Meerbrook coming inside, and another scrum right at the top of the arc here, and a jump ball. Possession arrow will point towards the Rebels. 2:35, 43-18, Bryce Valley on top. And you're seeing right now why Bryce Valley is ranked number 4 in the RPI. They've been scoring well, and their defense, it's a very balanced team. Coach Cornea talked about how Bryce Valley was by far the best team last year, upset in the first round. And if by the way things are going, we're probably not going to see that again. A feed inside from Walker to Carrillo. Carrillo gets blocked from Roberts. Roberts all the way using his speed. Lost the basketball and outlets back up to the top. Here's Bryce Valley into their offensive set. Spinning off of Cornea and giving it up. Here's the right side drive and a kick out. Now Romo into the paint. Up with the right hand, rolls off the right of the rim. No good. Outlet for Cornea. Cornea's got some space inside the middle. Out to the left for Carrillo. And Carrillo puts that one up and in, and I think that was a goaltending as, the ball went in the basket anyway, but Roberts went high up above, probably about 8 inches above the rim, and it bounces off of his fingertips and drops into the basket. So the Rebels now up to 20. They're looking at a 23-point deficit, desperately seeking some type of run from the Rebels right now. Bryce Valley is being very patient, and Roberts getting an easy feed like that is not going to make it easy on the Rebels as he got a feed from the top inside. Trey Walker going up. Foul, blocking foul on Roberts. That's Roberts' second. And that was a very aggressive move by Trey Walker. We've seen that all year from him. It works out sometimes, especially if he's going to go to the free throw line. 45-21-30 left here in the third quarter. Trey Walker at the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. Up and good on the first one. We haven't seen very many three-point shots, brought to you by MyLocalRadio.com. It's going to increase their chances of winning the game, but My Local Radio will also be able to increase your advertising and reach out. Second shot, Trey Walker, very calm and collected, puts that one up and good. Nothing but net. 45-22, and now you need the best of both worlds. What Bryce Valley has done all game has been consistent offensively and defensively, and a little dribble swap. Trey Walker with a behind track down block. Clark thought he had a good lane, and Trey Walker absolutely said no on that one. Put that one right into the back. And it's going to be a foul as well. Trey Walker, I believe, got caught on the back of Clark. I didn't hear the whistle because of the squeaking of shoes. Clark puts that one off and no good. So Trey Walker now with 4 fouls. So we've got Carter Hoffman coming in for Trey Walker. Trey with 4, Hayden Weston with 4. Clark knocks down the second one, goes 50%, 46-22. Nate Woods in the ball game. He's going to go out to the left side wing for Jaden Cornea. Will go down and underneath and up, and Roberts is going to reject that one. Roberts, towering above Jaden Cornea, knocks that thing out of bounds. It will stay with the Rich Rebels on the far side of the basket. Mound Valley Cattle Company inbound. Cornea up and in for Noah Perry. Back for Cornea. Cornea again blocked, and they're being contested inside the paint. Roberts has had 2 consecutive blocks on 2 shots from the Rich Rebels. Cornea not deterred. Goes inside the paint with a floater, but that one's off. 51 seconds left in the ball game. In the third quarter, excuse me. Brock Syret with the basketball dribble handoff for Romo, bouncing off of Nate Woods. So they're going to do the little basket weave on the top of the arc. Syret trying to shake off Cornea as they're in the man defense now. Brock Syret going up, taking it one-on-one, bouncing it off the front of the rim, and good. Nate Woods driving, in trouble. Kicking it out for Cornea on the right side wing, and he has to reset the basketball and their offense. 16 seconds left before the end of the third quarter. Brought to you by Epic Recreation. The Rich Rebels trying to set up some type of good look here. Nate Woods back out for Hoffman. Nate Woods intercepted by Roberts. Basket good if it goes. It will not be. It will be off to the left just a little bit for Bryce Valley as they got the defensive rebound and the steal from Roberts after the end of 3. Bryce Valley 48, Rich Rebels 22. One more quarter to go, and do we have a miracle that can happen down here in the Sevier Valley Center? We will see. We'll take a quick break and come back to you in just a moment on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of 6,300 feet, with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that is one reason why the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, a value for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Sim Bell and the town board, Melanie Lim, Clay Barker, Brandon Hatch, and Frank Sano, support the Rich Rebels and hope that you can come back often.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
Welcome back to the game between the Bryce Valley Mustangs and the Rich Rebels. Bryce Valley came off with the basketball at the start of the fourth quarter, brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Romo had some space, tried to get it in between the legs of 2 Rich Rebels in the paint. It goes rolling out of bounds. Didn't touch anybody, so it's going to be a turnover. 7:45 left here in the ballgame. Jaden Cornea giving it to Hunter Pace. Inside feed and a good move. Pick and roll and a little bit of a confusion between the Mustangs. Gives up an easy layup for Riley Carrillo on the left side, just up with the left hand and good. 24-48. Rich Rebels need to make up insane ground. Brinkerhoff going again. It's going to bounce off of the shin of a Rich Rebel, and here comes Riley Carrillo out to Pace on the left side wing. Up to the top for Cornea. Back to Pace. Pace for 3. Has a good look. Puts it down. It bounces off. Carter Hoffman there on the far baseline. Gives it in for Noah Perry. Couple Rebels in the paint, and there's going to be another scrum. Ball comes popping out, and a foul there. There's going to be a jump ball. So after the ball kind of got caught up in a lot of people right inside the paint, it comes popping out on the right side elbow. Riley Carrillo came away with it, and then our Bryce Valley Mustang came in with one hand, kind of touched it, and then they quickly called the jump ball after that. It will stay with the Rich Rebels. Full timeout. We'll go ahead and take it as well. Here in our fourth quarter, brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. After another jump ball, and we'll get another inbound play brought to you by Mound Valley Cattle Company. That's Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho, wishing the Rebels good luck after this quick break here in the fourth quarter on a Bear Lake Memorial in a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation on Rich Rebel Sports.
For years, people from all over have counted on the competent staff and first-class facilities at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Consistently named one of the top rural hospitals in the country, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides a wide range of treatments no matter what you need. Whether it be a simple visit to their expanded ER, a visit to their in-house MRI machine, or if you need more advanced treatments like chemotherapy or dialysis. The staff at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital cares about your health and will do everything they can to help you. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho, the most caring hospital on earth.
Coming out of the Independent Software Solutions timeout, Rich basketball, Drake Weston checking into the ballgame. He will inbound out for Pace, who has a good look out on the right side. It's going to bounce off the front, double bounce, and that will allow Carter Hoffman to go back up with it. Stolen away by the Bryce Valley Mustangs, just in there, causing a little bit of a rupture and ruckus there. Bryce Valley back with the basketball after the missed shot by Pace. Brinkerhoff, backdoor cut, Romo, good find. Down the baseline, up with the right hand, soft. 50-24, Drake Weston. Dribble handoff for Carter Hoffman, right side elbow, inside for Carrillo. Stolen away by Romo. Romo against Weston and company. Romo off balance and a foul on Noah Perry. He'll go to the line for two coming up. 6:30 left in the ballgame, and I believe that Bryce Valley is starting to chill this game, and if you're the Rich Rebels, you're just trying to get some offensive production, any type of spark right now. Romo, first shot, off the front, short. Romo has been huge for the Bryce Valley Mustangs today in terms of defense and stealing the basketball. Not really an offensive threat, although he's scored 3 points in about 20 seconds here. It's been mostly defensive presence that Romo's been giving up. Hoffman splitting a triple team, going up with the left hand, very aggressive move. Good stuff from Hoffman. 26-51. A dribble drive and kick on the right side, just finding good positioning. Brock Syret finding his man on the block. Noah Perry inside here. Jump ball as Noah Perry went right into the body of Trayson Clark. Clark got his paws on the basketball, and that will be a possession swap.
For Bryce Valley, number 2, Miles Roberts.
Miles Roberts back into the ball game here. 5:55 left before the end of regulation. Carson Muirbrook checking in as well. So for the Rebels, you've got Weston, Pace, Carrillo, Hoffman, and Muirbrook. Weston trying to get some defense going, and another dribble drive, crossover, and finding an open man. Drake Weston out on the far side in front of the media table, going to get his pocket picked. Romo down for Roberts. Roberts caught up underneath the basket. They're going to swap it all the way around. Thought about the three, Brock Syret from 2 feet beyond the arc. Jaden Cornea set to check back into the ball game. Another dribble, drive, and layup for the Bryce Valley Mustangs. 57-26. Timeout taken there by the Rich Rebels. Independent Software Solutions timeout. We'll go ahead, take it as well. Come back to you in a second on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports.
This is Gary McKee. Inviting you to call Bear Lake Realty today, 435-946-8888. Find out how you can be part of this beautiful area here with sandy beaches and private access, or the quickest way to get access to the marina in the Bear Lake area. You can have your own second home or a quarter share into those second homes for starting at $250,000, or you can start your own Airbnb investment and use it as well. Just call us and we'll teach you how to do that at Bear Lake Realty at 435-946-8888.
5 minutes remaining in regulation. The Rich Rebels and the Bryce Valley Mustangs. Mustangs up 57-26.
Substitutions will pick them up, but for Rich, number 20, Justin Adams.
Buckwheat checking into the ball game here, and a quick steal and a foul on the arm. I believe that was on Romo. It was just a lob inside, and Romo just kind of snuck inside and stole it. Far corner into the game. I believe that's Logan Clough. Buckwheat rejected by Roberts as he tried to make an inside move. Right side dribble, and Brinkerhoff goes in. Brinkerhoff inside out pass. Triangle offense there as we see a few different faces for Bryce Valley into the game. Zarin Roberts, Riker Chenoweth. Brinkerhoff with the basketball on the right side though. Roberts, Zarin off the glass, high and good. He drove with the right hand, split the defense up and good, and now Bryce Valley up 59-26. Buckwheat inside, trying to give it up, bounces off of the foot of the Bryce Valley Mustang, and it's tracked down by Cornea right in front of his own bench. Left side wing Hoffman, back to Cornea, cutting, Muirbrook, spinning, up and just off to the left, a little bit soft. Good move by Carson Muirbrook, who had the finesse and the footwork to get himself some space, but the ball did not fall. Cornea and Brinkerhoff going at each other. Another corner three from Romo, and a defensive rebound there from Buckwheat. Out to Cornea. Cornea again across the timeline, across the Snow College S as we are down here in the Sevier Valley Center. A backdoor cut, good find. Carter Hoffman not able to put it in, but he gets bounced from behind on the back. No good. That is Brinkerhoff's fourth. Brinkerhoff's going to come out. 3:31 left here in regulation. Carter Hoffman puts that ball up and in. 27-59.
Coming in for Rich, number 5, Drake Weston. Number 33.
Drake Weston back into the ball game. Logan Clough. So we've got Weston, Clough, Hoffman, Tyler Stevens, and Justin Adams. Stevens comes away with the defensive, an offensive rebound, but it's stolen away by Roberts. Zarin Roberts all the way down the sideline, trying to go coast to coast, has his pocket picked, but it will end up back into the arms of the Mustangs. They reset from Romo at the very top. He'll dribble left, crossover right in front of Weston. Dribble kick out. Thought about the three. Chenoweth.
Number 24, Brandon Leslie.
Randon Leslie, excuse me. We have two 24s on our roster, and that was Randon Leslie. 61-27. Deflection on the far sideline, Stevens and Zarin Roberts.
For Rich, number 12, Max Perry comes in the ball.
Max Perry into the ball game.
For Bryce Valley, number 15, Jackson Brinkerhoff.
Mound Valley Cattle Company inbound here. Giving it up for Weston at the very top of the arc. Right side wing, Perry. Fakes left, goes down right side baseline, has to throw it back up to the top. Left side Weston, dribble, drive, kick for Buckwheat. Out to the left. Screen, dribble, drive, kick up and high, no good. And that ball is missed. It will go out of bounds. Weston trying to give Romo some fits. We're under 2.5 minutes left here in our fourth quarter. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter, that is, and Buckwheat is going to get a blocking foul on Zarin Roberts. So let's go ahead and take a gander here as to where the Rich Rebels are going to go after this. And we'll talk about that during our post-game coverage. Leslie back for Roberts at the top. Romo fakes left, goes right against Drake Weston. Into the ballgame as well, Milo Atwood. And a deflection there out of bounds as they were trying to find Jackson Brinkerhoff into the ballgame. Inbound here, Romo gets position, puts it up, ball up for grabs, back into the arms of the Mustangs after the offensive miss and rebound. Roberts fakes the straightaway three, now has it, working one-on-one against Tyler Stevens. Roberts blocked. Ball goes out of bounds. It will stay with Bryce Valley.
For Bryce Valley, number 11, Ethan Nez. Number 20, Ryan Roberts, coming to the ball.
So we got a little mix-up for Bryce Valley. We also have Rylan Roberts into the ball game as well for the Mustangs. Zarin Roberts with the basketball, dribble drive, and has to keep it high above his head on the right side wing as there's a couple different Rebels all around him. 1:34 left here, 61-27 your score. Bryce Valley has been in the lead the majority of the ball game. A backdoor cut, up and good. Milo Atwood. Max Perry giving it to the right side for Weston. Tyler Stevens, cross-court pass up at the very top. A reset for the Rich Rebels. 1 minute remaining left in the ballgame. Tyler Stevens inside, try to find somebody. Buckwheat able to wrestle that one away. Uses his strength maybe to throw off a defender. That's Jackson Brinkerhoff, not before a foul is called on Brinkerhoff.
15 foul, non-shooting. Rich will inbound.
Rich, another Mound Valley Cattle Company inbound on the far side of the basket. Weston in for Buckwheat. Buckwheat off the glass, easy. Up and good for Buckwheat. Very nice. Justin Adams on the board, 29-61. Atwood. Dribble handoff for Roberts on the left side. Left side wing. Roberts crossover right then left, working against Perry. Perry steals that ball away. And a foul. Roberts lost the ball, tried to get it back from Max Perry, and he's going to get a foul instead.
Fouls on number 43, Zarin Roberts. 16 foul, non-shooting.
Weston across the middle court from left to right on your radio dial. 25 seconds left in the ball game. Max Perry looking in. Cross-court pass all the way to the left side for Weston. Weston high off the glass, no good. Bouncing on the rim and a jump ball. Stays with the Rebels. 14 seconds left for Rich as they are down 29-63 in this ball game. Weston high, deflected. Ball goes out of bounds. It will take 2 ticks off the clock. 12 seconds left on the near sideline right at half court. The Rich Rebels will inbound again as they try to get some Plains Tire points in the paint. A designed setup. Up and good, and a foul. No. Good drive on the right side baseline, and a foul coming up here.
Fouls on number 20, Ryan Roberts. At the foul line, shooting 2. Number 33, Riker Hoffman.
Riker Hoffman at the free throw line. Riker just a little long. Bounces off the back of the iron, no good. Makes the second one. That one hangs in the rim for a little while. That's going to put the Rebels up to a 30-burger. 5 seconds left in the ballgame, and Roberts is going to dribble the clock out. That will be your final score here in the second round. Rich will drop a game here against Bryce Valley, 30-63. We'll come back for a very quick abbreviated post-game coverage. Come back to you in just a moment on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
Atlas Home Care and Hospice provides skilled nursing and physical therapy services in your home in Rich County. In-home service providers include Natalie Cornea, Kylie Argyle, Brady Stokes, and Bradley Holmes. Call Atlas Home Care and Hospice today.
For years, people from all over have counted on the competent staff and first-class facilities at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Consistently named one of the top rural hospitals in the country, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides a wide range of treatments no matter what you need. Whether it be a simple visit to their expanded ER, a visit to their in-house MRI machine, or if you need more advanced treatments like chemotherapy or dialysis. The staff at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital cares about your health and will do everything they can to help you. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho, the most caring hospital on earth.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. Your final score here, Bryce Valley 63, Rich 30. Rich will fall in the second round to the Mustangs. They were hoping for that upset early in the morning, but the Rich Rebels come up a little bit short here against Bryce Valley. They're going to have another chance as we get ready to see what the Consolation Championship looks like. Now, the loser of the second round against Bryce Valley and Rich. So Rich will be moving on to the Consolation Bracket Championship. They're going to be playing at 8:30 p.m. Tomorrow at Richfield High School against either, I will tell you right now, they're going to be playing at 8:30 p.m. at Richfield tomorrow against, I got to find it one more time. They're going to be playing against either Tintic or Whitehorse. So by the way that things are set up, Whitehorse is ranked 5th, Tintic 2nd, or 12th rather, and they will play the loser of that matchup tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. So they're going to go from the earliest game all the way to the oldest game, or the latest game, as we're now going to go ahead and continue on our post-game coverage here. Our first stop, Jimmy John's in Evanston. Gourmet sandwiches made fresh and fast every day, 113 Front Street in Evanston, where fresh and fast meat every day. After the end of one, Bryce Valley will go up 16-5 and just kind of keep the pedal on the metal. I mean, the back court for Bryce Valley able to use its speed, shake off its defenders on the offensive side of the ball, and on the defensive side of the ball, they're able to poke the ball away a few times. Turnovers were the name of the game that kind of upended the Rich Rebels. A couple missed opportunities, and it ended in a loss to the Bryce Valley Mustangs 63-30. That is your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap and your recap of the Station on Main scoreboard here today. This morning, the Rich Rebels will fall 30-63 to Bryce Valley. Up next for our post-game coverage, the Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Family play of the game. We'll come back to you in just a moment on 98.3 The Wildlife.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Frankham. As a dentist in Evanston for over 20 years now, my mission has always been to provide quality dental care for people of all ages at reasonable prices. I'm a detail-oriented person, and it's important to me to stay current on new dental procedures and protocols that can help my patients have the best experience and have the best results. Over the years, I've also worked to keep my overhead low so that I can pass those savings on to my patients. I believe everyone deserves quality dental care. Please call us today at 307-789-8910.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Back again for our post-game show. Some final statistics here as Bryce Valley upends Rich 63-30. At the end of the game, Rich had 14 turnovers as compared to only 10 from Bryce Valley. It seemed like there was more. Rich only shooting in the second half 23% from the field. Nothing in terms of three-pointers from beyond the arc. They went 50% from the free throw line. So in the entirety of the game, Rich shooting 32%. 11% from beyond the arc, and 46% from the free throw line, as compared to Bryce Valley, who shot 65% from the field today and above 65% from the free throw line. That was the name of the game right there. Turnovers, high percentage shooting. It just felt like the Rich Rebels couldn't get things going consistently. There was a couple times where they looked really good, especially in the second quarter. Our precision play of the game, brought to you by Dr. McKay Frankham, is going to go to Hayden Weston, stepping into a straightaway 3 to knock down the lead to only 8 early in the second quarter. That was going to provide a lot of momentum. It provided a lot of spark, and it provided hope for the Rich Rebels. Unfortunately, fouls and easy points given up for Bryce Valley at the end of the second quarter is going to allow them to kind of pull away farther and farther as it continued on into the second half. Our player of the game, brought to you by the town of Garden City, where families play at beautiful Bear Lake, is going to go to Riley Carrillo, the senior. Went 5 for 7, the only one high above 50% from field goal from the field today. Was kind of held in check in terms of rebounds today. Not a whole lot of rebounds by the Rich Rebels, but Riley led with 10, 2 assists as well. So that is your player of the game, brought to you by the town of Garden City, where families play at beautiful Bear Lake. Visit gardencity.ut.us. So just as a recap, the Rich Rebels are going to be playing the winner of this next game coming up, or the second place between this game coming up between Tintic and Whitehorse at Richfield High School tomorrow late in the evening at 8:30. We'll keep you up to date on that. Speaking of 8:30, you're also going to see at Richfield High School tonight, the Rich Rebel girls will be taking on the ICS Lions in their matchup today. Special thanks to all of you that have come to listen and were a part of this here at mylocalradio.com and on 98.3 KADQ. We'll keep up to date as to how things will go. Rich will be going to the Consolation Bracket Championship. We'll play the loser of this game, either Whitehorse or Tintic, tomorrow at Richfield High School. This is Cody Olsen signing off. Thank you so much for listening, and as always, go Rebels.
The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of mylocalradio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Thank you for joining us on this Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on mylocalradio.com. Until next time, go Rebels!